Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we start with the video today with the topics that I have prepared for you, I would like to explain my few days of absence, and I will be very honest with you. I am doing a lot of thinking lately about what kind of value I am really bringing to you, to my audience, to people who are watching me from all around the world. And that is in regards to the energy of the topics that I am bringing to your attention, asking myself, is it really a good thing that we are looking at all of this? And that in itself really lowers our frequency, meaning lowers our energy and drains us a lot. So I will be making some changes, bringing different kind of guests that you will learn a lot from. I'm sure we all will. This video still is in the topic of Israel because I want to close that theme of world exploration or dominion of the lands in many countries. But let me know in the comment section. I would like to hear from you. I think for me to really bring you a value, it would be great if I bring the topics or address the topics with new guests in a way that you are feeling better, not worse after watching it. Because your frequency, your energy is something that is the most valuable nowadays. That's why they are dying for your attention. So let's start with this video, guys. I want to say, today we're going to look into Israel and connections with Argentina, Philippines, Thailand. Someone from China, from streets of China, will be commenting on Israel as well. Interesting post. And we will end with a video from Greece. From Greece and what's going on with Greece, again, in relation to Israel, Israelis, to be precise. So let's start with this news that comes from Argentina. Well, maybe first let's do a quick recap. We remember again the fires in Patagonia. That is the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful areas in the world. Beautiful forest, beautiful nature that not long time ago was burning, was set on fires, and we know by who, because there are many videos circulating, by Israeli settlers. And why is that? Because the president of Argentina, Javier Milei, who allegedly is the cousin of Benjamin Netanyahu, whose name is really Milejkowski, because his father came from Eastern Poland, I believe, or Belarus, or this area, from Eastern Europe. Khazarian people, you know. Anyway, so they are allegedly related, blood related, and they are cousins. So there is mucho love between both of them, mucho amor. We're gonna go to Argentina because Argentina just, Javier Milei just made an announcement about how close now Israel is going to be Argentina. Very, very close, closer than before. And here is the news. I'm going to actually play the video for you. So maybe I will not, actually, let's play it in original sound. Javier Milei talking.
A partir de noviembre comenzará a funcionar la primera ruta aérea directa de la historia entre Buenos Aires y Tel Aviv, y nuestras naciones estarán más cercas que nunca, profundizando un lazo inquebrantable entre dos países que supieron estar el uno para el otro cuando el destino lo demandó. ¡Viva la libertad! ¡Viva la libertad, carajo! Y ¡Am Israel High!
So I'm sure you were able to read it because the letters were big enough. The first time ever in history, there will be direct flights between Argentina and Israel. And so they embraced each other with a lot of love, faking love, but you know, that's their form of love. And success. More people can come, more people can settle, direct flights. So as far as the land goes, you remember Thailand. Thailand is not eager to welcome certain type of people. However, they were still able to settle in some areas and create their little settlements. It's been very criticized, but it started to take place. We're gonna go to Thailand later on in this video. But now the next goal, the next focus is Philippines. So let's take a listen to the guy who looks like very much likely Filipino, who's explaining what's going on in Philippines. This is very recent development. Now, Philippines is new country on the list, or maybe it has always been there, but now the plan is being executed.
Oh, hell no, not in my homeland. What the fuck is this? We are not doing this. Not in the Philippines. Not like this. This is absolutely unacceptable. Let's get something straight. Siargao is not the West Bank. It's not a soft launch for an Israeli lifestyle experiment. It's not a place where you plant a flag, build your own bubble, and start acting like you run it. That island belongs to the Filipino people, full stop. What we're seeing isn't tourism. This is organized occupation, long-term stays, community infrastructures being built, a religious center being planted, groups creating their own ecosystem inside someone else's culture, like it's interchangeable. That is unacceptable. And let me be very clear before someone tries to get this twisted. This isn't about religion. This is not about nationality. This is about respect. Because respect looks like adapting to a place where you enter. Respect looks like understanding you're a guest. This is entitlement. Locals are speaking up. They're talking about cultural disruption. They're talking about customs being ignored. They're organizing petitions. They're saying this isn't right. You don't walk into someone else's home, start rearranging it to your liking, invite your entire circle, and act confused when the owner says enough. This is not a good look for Israelis. If you enter someone else's country, you respect it. You follow their culture. You move with humility. You don't recreate your own version of home and expect everyone else to follow along. Siargao is not your land. It is not your experiment. It is not yours to take over. It is not yours to occupy. It is not yours to colonize. It is a home to the Filipino people. And right now, those people who actually belong there are angry. And they have every right to do so. And that's the read. If you like your tea hot, save your seat and follow for more.
So that was a Filipino guy addressing this. So this model of kicking out Palestinians from Palestina, Palestina, we say in Polish, Palestine. Now we have this, we're seeing this slowly, that Argentina, there is another country I've mentioned before, Kenya. We also now have Philippines, and we're gonna stay on Philippines for a moment, and you know why? Because this video is circulating and I want to show you some fight between Israeli tourists and Filipinos. I will play it with their conversation because this gives you the full picture. And let's take a listen what's going on, how they interact with one another, Israelis and Filipinos, how Israelis actually behave in Philippines. Of course, not all of them, just these 2 or 3 or 4.
Lady boy, with the dicks, come on. Lady boy, okay. Okay, lady boy. You say lady boy? Lady boy. Come on. Hey, Kevin. No. Oh. Call the fucking police! Call the fucking police! Call the fucking police!
Kumakain lang kami sa Well, it's just, nothing big, not a big deal, right? To look at, it's just, they just get some argument. But here is another argument. I showed you before I was again in Thailand. This is in Thailand again. Some fight between Thai people and Israeli tourists. Here we go. They look very similar to those in the Philippines. Maybe they changed the countries, who knows? On a serious note, let's go to this video. I'm sure a lot of you heard about this, that Israel has the largest skin bank in the world. And let's take a listen to this video. I haven't played this for you before, but this is very, all of it is really disturbing, but this is something that a lot of people are not aware of. And I thought it would be good to remind those of us who don't remember about it. That's how evil operates, right? And to present to those who haven't heard about it. So let's take a listen. This is about the largest human skin bank that exists in the world.
What the fuck? This is actually fucked.
Israeli Channel 10 reported in March of 2014 that Israel has the largest human skin bank in the world. Where do you think they got all this skin from? They have more human skin than China and India. They are literally skinning the dead bodies of my brothers and sisters in Palestine. That's where they are getting the human skin from. And if I call them Nazis, your law is going to punish me.
What the fuck? This is actually...
Horrible, right? So now the question is, why they do this? Well, besides the aspect that this is very demonic, right? But what they need this skin for? I have my theory about it. I have my opinion about it, but I would like to know your thoughts, your opinion. What do they need this for, that skin? Once they have it, what they do with it? I know it's a horrific question, but there is a reason for it, right? Since they have the largest bank of the skin, human skin. Now I came across an old video. In this video, you're gonna see Sheldon Adelson. I think I said his name correctly, who was, because he's no longer alive, unless they brought his spirit back into a different flesh, because they like to do that. This was a husband of Miriam Adelson, who donated the most money to Trump's campaign. I think both campaigns, maybe 3 campaigns. And he will have a conversation with Rabbi Shmuley. You remember that crazy rabbi who was playing in that joking video that he's drinking children's blood and he was all covered in dollars? This crazy rabbi. You could see him very often in those interactions on Piers Morgan, for example, with Candace Owens and others. So here you're gonna see him interviewing or talking to, looks like interviewing Sheldon Adelson when he was still alive. And I just want to remind you guys, I don't know if you knew that Rabbi Shmuley was designated to be rabbi to Michael Jackson. I don't know if you knew that, but for some time he was Michael Jackson's rabbi. Crazy, right? Anyway, let's take a look at this video. Let's take a listen, because this is interesting from the archives. This shows you how money and influence is directing certain moves.
So you would support negotiations with Iran currently so long as they first seized all enrichment of uranium?
No, we're going to negotiate about it. So there's an atomic weapon goes over ballistic missiles in the middle of the desert. See, the next one is in the middle of Tehran.
So you would support negotiations with Iran currently so long as
So him, when he was alive in 2016, I think that post said he donated $83 million to Trump's campaign. And in 2024, was it? Miriam Adelson, his wife, donated $100 million, or maybe more, God only knows. So now, let's take a look at something that is advertised in Greece. And this is also related to Israel. So as you remember, a few videos ago, I was talking about how Israel wants to buy Greek islands as a refuge for Israeli citizens, right? During this conflict with Iran and uncertainties, etc., they think the good place, the good land to be safe is Greece and beautiful Greek islands. So now you're going to see a guy who I think might be Greek, who is showing us what kind of advertisement you can see when you are flying from the airport or to the airport in Athens, in Greece. Let's take a look and let's take a listen.
Hi, everyone. I want you guys to take a good hard look at this. No, this is not Tel Aviv or not Ben Gurion Airport. This is in Greece. And no, it's not some random airport in Greece. This is the Athens International Airport. Yes, the Athens that is the capital of Greece. Do you guys want to know what it says? Here's the translation. You guys understand why it's written in Hebrew, right? Because it's directed to a certain audience that is fleeing from their terrorist ethno-state so that they can go colonize other places. And Greece is one of them. Just ask Cyprus. I need you guys to understand that it's not just audacity at this point. They don't give a shit. They are coming to steal whatever they want to steal. Their colonizing asses will always be colonizing asses. They are literally the cancer of our earth. So to everyone in Greece, I need you to tell me what you think of this. Because this isn't just happening in Greece. This is happening in Thailand. It's happening in the Philippines. It's happening here in the United States of America. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but if you don't stop this, they're just going to keep doing it. Fuck Israel, fuck Zionism, and they must be destroyed.
So the advertisement said, don't go home without house in Greece. You know, when I look at this, I wonder how many of them are out there, because they seem to be everywhere. So are they having several homes all around the world? Because number-wise, this is literally impossible to be everywhere, right? Just the logistics of it, don't you think? It just makes no sense. Like, how many places do you really need? How many of you are out there? This is not like Indian people, Chinese people, you know? Interesting, isn't it? So now let's go to, since I mentioned China, let's go to this street vendor from China. I think this is not an AI. Could be. Let me know if you think it's an AI. But this person who is selling some food on the streets in China is freely presenting her opinion about what she thinks about America, United States, and Israel as well. So let's take a listen.
以色列，我的妈呀！以色列好像现在谁都不喜欢。
我们国家都恨日本跟以色列，还讨厌美国人、以色列跟日本。我们国家不喜欢他。
在美国也有很多人现在不喜欢以色列。
以色列好坏哈，妇女儿童都打。
是的，好惨。
我们国家好吧？
好多了。
我们国家又平安又安全。
对呀。
还有人情味儿。
还有饭吃。
我们国家人都善良。
必须得。
我们是大爱的国家，你们国家也还好吧？很少碰到你们这样。
几乎没有。
对，基本上是非洲的多。我们国家帮助他。
那以色列呢？
那坏蛋。
那肯定的。
那坏蛋。
坏蛋不帮吧？
对，坏蛋。
好的。
不发起战争。
那确实不好的。
平平安安多好哈。吃点喝点多好，
对，
健康的生活。
但是他们那边我感觉是从来不会有和平的。
小孩都没饭吃。
谢谢，
拜拜，
辛苦了啊，拜拜。我这边走，拜拜。
好厉害！以色列是坏蛋。
So there you have it, some wisdom from the street vendor in China. And that's all I have for you, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about the beginning of this video, that I was addressing the energy of the topics, and of course about what I have presented to you today. And if you appreciate this content, make sure to hit the thumbs up, check your subscription, and if you would like to be subscribed, I say thank you. I appreciate it very much. If you choose to support my work, the best way is to join my Patreon, locals, or simply donate on PayPal. And you can also follow me on Instagram. All the links you find down below in the description box. And with this being said, lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Bye, everyone.